Be committed to divine guidance. All through scriptures, we see God leading his people to where their blessings are. The Lord said to Abraham, get thee out of thy country, from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, to a land that I will show you. And what happens? Verse 2, he said, and I will make of thee in that land a great nation, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. That's God leading Abraham to where his blessing was waiting. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in thee shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Without a no identity to a global entity. Through divine guidance. And in this month of divine direction, you never miss your access to God's leading in your life. Then in Genesis 26 verse 1, the Lord said to Isaac, because there was a famine in the days of Isaac, beside the famine that was in the days of his father Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto Isaac, go not down into Egypt. Dwell in the land that I shall tell thee of. And he did. And Isaac sowed in that land, verse 12, and received in the same year 100-fold, and the Lord blessed him. And the man waxed strong, was great. He went forward and became very great. He had possession of flocks, possession of herds, and a great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him in the land that the Lord showed him. Egypt today will be like going to America, looking for green pasture, or going to China. But dwell in this land. Wherever it shows you, that's where your blessing is. Dwell in this land. And it turned him to an envy of his world. We must be committed to divine guidance to operate in the realm of financial fortune. For the Lord alone did lead him, and there was no strange God with him. He made him to suck oil out of the rock, and oil out of the flinty rock. When God leads you, you don't suffer lack and want. You walk into inexplainable but undeniable blessings. And they thirsted not when he led them. Isaiah 48 verse 21. Through the desert. He caused the waters to flow out of the rock for them. He clave the rock also, and the waters gushed out. What a gushing in the desert. A gushing in the desert by divine leading. A gushing in the desert. Now, listen to this. God will be sending each of us divine ideas on the steps to take. You shall not misinvest your energy and resources again. You shall be supernaturally guided into realms of blessing. This is so important. Such things may not look like it as you look at them. But if God says so, that is it. I say that is it. If God says so, that is it. Be committed to divine guidance. Be committed to divine guidance. It will bring a world of change to your life. Be committed to divine guidance. Let God lead you. Stop leading yourself. Let God lead you. Stop leading yourself. When the Lord is your shepherd, you shall not want. He will render your enemies helpless. He will prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies, and your cup will be running over. Goodness and mercy shall be following you all the days of your life. That's what they call fortune. Fortune. Goodness and mercy following you all the days of your life. By subscribing to divine guidance. Can I hear your loudest amen? Can I hear your loudest amen? In Isaiah 58, God was talking to us about the reason he prescribed fasting and what is innate for us. He said in verse 11, and the Lord shall guide thee continually, and by that guidance he shall satisfy thy soul in drought. He will make fat your bones, and thou shalt be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. In the time of drought, you shall be like a watered garden, and like a spring of water whose waters fail not. That shall be your portion. As you allow the Lord to guide you, that is your end product. That is what God has ordained as a result of it. Allowing God to guide you from one level of glory to another. One level of glory to another. One level of glory to another. This is so important. We must be committed to divine guidance. In Luke chapter 5, verse 5, this frustrated fisherman offered his boat for Jesus to use and was patient for his everlasting gospel to be preached. And afterward, Jesus said, cast your net into the deep, let down your net for a draught. Verse 4, and in verse 5 say, we have labored all night and we have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word. And then they let down the net and they commanded. Net breaking, boat sinking, other breakthroughs. By divine guidance, by divine instruction, saying this is the thing to do and you going ahead to do it. Remember, God guides us principally by his word. His word is a light to our feet and a light unto our path. Now listen to me. Anybody can tithe his way out of financial crisis. Anybody can. Tithing applies to all, including the downtrodden. Tithing applies to all, just like breathing applies to all. If you are not a tither, the windows of heaven cannot be opened. Your status or state of being notwithstanding. J.C. Penney was a tither. He tithed his way up and then he detithed his way down. When he stopped tithing, his enterprise began to come down, go down until he went bankrupt. And while he prayed to the Lord, what's wrong with me? He said, remember where you are falling. So he started tithing his way up out of bankruptcy and tithed it up until he got to where he was and went beyond it. We have J.C. Penney network of stores all across U.S. up till now, but it's going to be with the Lord. You can tithe your way out of financial trauma, and you can detithe your way out of any height of financial fortune. Can come down. You saw how high Solomon went. You see how low he crashed. There is no mortal man in history that can beat Solomon to his level of carnality. 700 wives and 300 concubines. That is high-level demonism. That is demonized individual. It's finished. Now listen to me. Anybody can get his way out of the deepest valley, and anyone can crash out of from the highest height. No one here will crash.